Airsigns, how are you? Welcome back. Thank you for joining me. This week is the week of youth and ease. Happy birthday to those air signs born this week. Youth and ease. Youth and ease talks about taking an old project and having a new look at it. An old way of doing things and reworking them, especially for you guys. Okay? It's putting thought into practicality. Everything that you've been thinking about, projects, finally come to accomplishment this week. And you cut out other things to finish those accomplishments. Some will be new, some will be a little immature. So it's not as a person, it's as a project. The project might be a little still in the thinking process. So it's the immaturity of the business. So it's a business starting with a new idea. So let's see. I'm going to use the dice first. What do our air signs have to be aware of? Not everybody is going to hum with my radio frequency, or this is not going to resonate with everybody. So let's see what goes. Ooh, the sun. The sun talks about ego, talks about your basic self, your consciousness, your vitality, your stamina, and your creation. So what you create, okay, is the sun. The sun is in Aquarius right now. But as far as the dice are concerned, the sun is in Gemini. So it's your ego, your duality, your other side, your darker side. Okay? It is what comes up, your mischievous side. Your emotions over rationality, cleverness, your curiosity to things. Aquarius people are very curious people. Right? Very curious, very logical, analytical. They put mind over emotion until it interests them. So being Gemini, sun in Gemini, it's ego, it's the basic duality. What do you want? And being in the house of number 12, this talks about what have you lost? Your enemies, your solitude, rebirth, your deepest thoughts. What do you want? Is it my ego ruling my thoughts? What do I want? So let's get current energy. Current energy for air signs, please. Current energy for air signs. The Knight of Pentacles. Current energy for air signs, please. The Five of Swords that came out in reverse. Oh. And the Four of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck is the Nine of Wands. So not giving up on something, preparing yourself for something, protecting yourself from what you've created or what you have created. I have air, so it's the Six of Air, challenging times, ending of challenging times, and I have the Queen of Cups. The Moon talks about following your intuition, letting go of fears, revelations. The One of Wands talks about an amazing opportunity. Taking action, starting again, creating something. Be optimistic, be courageous. I can never say that word. But be have courage. So, following your intuition gave you amazing opportunity with either the Queen of Cups or somebody that's loving, compassionate, emotional. This is emotion filled. Something that you've created that you're very emotional about. Caring for other people. Following your intuition, following your heart. The end of challenging times, things are looking up, a welcome relief. Finding a peaceful place that you can defend what you've created. So moving into this, thinking about the ego and duality and how this is all playing out, what you've lost, how you've grieved. This is giving it, coming from that place, what you created, into a stability. This is carefully planning before taking action. Okay? Following your intuition to fruition. Following your thoughts to fruition. And this is the Five of Swords upside down. This way, up the right way, it's a wise choice. It's an unwise choice. Not trusting other people. This way, it's trusting. Having that trust, not arguing. There's no fights, there's no discrepancies. But there is shit being hidden. The Four of Pentacles talks about keeping things close to yourself that are practical, that are material. Only focusing on the materialistic side of things. You manage your resources wisely. And you go, sometimes you can be extreme with monies, either money, whether you give or receive it, right? Your time or your emotions, something's being held back or you're giving too much of. Okay? Seeing things for black and white. Maybe giving too much time to things that there is no argument, there is nothing standing in your way to give that time. I've planned for this. I've defended it. I've created it. Alright? I'm emotionally involved in it. Let's see what Spirit has to say. Can I have 2 cards, please? For paying attention to detail. Revealing people coming together. Revealing a gathering. Spotted at a gathering, maybe. But something had to be let go, which talks about the 12th house of loss and grief. Because the next card is stability. Don't lose your head. In the past you might have. There's a fine line between what gets revealed and what gets gathered. This might have to do with people sitting around the dinner table. What gets revealed around the dinner table? Planned. Right? This offering, or this next stage to your life, air signs, is, or for this week, it says wait for perfect timing. It'll reveal itself. It's gathering all the information to move into this space where I'm not arguing, because this is what I want. And yes, I'll keep all my intentions to myself. Yes, I'll keep my shit to myself. But that's how I get stuff done. That's logic, right? Okay, I'll take them. You know what? This is really cool, because at the bottom we got 444, which is blessed foundations, changing your foundation on things. Okay, where I've been to now, where am I? And Spirit is saying that in the spirit realm, clinging to survival, right? So I'll explain. Here we talk about the moon, following your intuition, having a thought, putting it into process, seeing the pros and cons, seeing the black and white in things. Don't be illusioned, disillusioned. Okay? Letting go of your fears, your basic self, which is the sun. Fear is ego. Then we have the thought. We've gone from intuition now to a thought. Creating that thought, putting that thought into process. Then emotionally, intuitively, loving that thought enough to move into it, to overcome it and defend it, move into a better place, overcoming the end of challenges, overcoming these challenges and moving into a better place, a place where you defend it. Blessed, right? So Spirit is saying following your intuition wasn't a bad idea, because it's got you here so far. Are you in two minds about a choice that you kept to yourself? Are you glad you kept this idea to yourself? Or this plan to yourself? Because ivy can't climb up anything without spreading its roots, right? And it clings to everything. Eventually, ivy succumbs. The thing that the ivy plants its roots into succumbs to the ivy because it suffocates it. Right? So I think you might be getting synchronicities to tell you that you're heading in the right direction, which would be 444. I survived that, and I've come into this. Okay, the Four of Pentacles. I've survived this long keeping shit to myself. Changing the roles on what you tell yourself, what you create. See? The One of Wands. And the bottom is safe passage. Okay? It's water in both, isn't it? The unemotional was the safe passage, was the safest way until now, huh? Because there is something that's emotionally fed now that does have ego, that has caused a little bit of mischievousness and duality and forced you to have some form of emotion about what you've lost. Your grief. Let's get some numerology. Wow. Every set of signs that I've done so far, and I've done 3, has had new beginnings. New beginnings. And it was the fire signs that had health. So you need to plan healthily, a healthy new beginning. 7-11 might have something to do with it, considering the numerology came out before, a 444. There's the 4th one, right? Whether it be the 11th or the 7th, or the 7th or the 11th, might have something to do with what helped you plan this. You know, a healthy way of stepping forward. Maybe it's maybe the planning and the patience, and you're working through stuff steadily and slowly, air signs, has put pressure on your body, and it's starting to reveal itself for the first time. It's not for all of you. Maybe the patience and the planning is a healthy way to move forward. It's revealed that. A table is stable, stability, community. With community help, it's a healthy way to move forward. Let's get the middle. We have another 4. Physically persevering. I think, see, relationship change. Physically persevering it means taking a proactive approach, isn't it? Doing something about it. I've kind of got with this set of cards, I deserve this, is what I've got. Whether it's right or wrong, it's kind of what I got. So things keep being kept to yourself, managing your resources wisely, extremes in how you give and receive money, time, or emotions. Okay? As far as business goes, it's smart. As far as time goes, as far as your emotions go, there's some emotions coming up. A lot. Mercury's gone backwards. So a lot of thoughts might be coming out backwards. You know, my dad used to always tell me to put my head into gear before I put my mouth into gear. Put my head into gear before I open my mouth. And then I would mess it up, and he'd turn around and go, put your head in neutral, didn't you? You know? Seeing things for black and white. And the hats and roles that you have to wear and create. This could be you know what I've just got? This could be the fact that you tell different people different things. Because the Five of Swords upright says there's a better way to make that will make you happier. And look what he's doing. Stealing from his mates. Swindled them. Avoid people who lack integrity or who have questionable motives. So this came up upside down. So this could also be a belief in a belief that one day somebody would be nice enough to come in. This could also be, I thought it was better that I just plodded along and kept to myself. Persevered with this shit, you know? I did a reading today, Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles. Communication is the key. And within that reading, communication is definitely the key. It's asking for help. Because a healthier way of moving forward is to ask. Is to change that relationship with those around you. So you have safe passage. They can help you defend what you created. Maybe you tell people different things. Wow. There's lots that flipped over. There's heaps that Airsigns keep secret, right? Wow. This is personal growth upside down. So it's not listening to other people's opinions, thinking that you're right. And this is teaching and learning. All this shit gets kept to yourself. Are you ready for it? Finances. Don't surrender to them. You might spend a bit too many of them, okay? Because you like to spend money. That has to change. Communication around the house. Okay? Domestic harmony, communicating. There might not be as much communicated around the house as it should be. And now there is like a spiritual side to this. In spiritual career, which talks about coming back to following your intuition with the moon. So there's lots of things, and at the bottom is individuality. There's lots of things you keep to yourself. Lots of things. Who you talk to, how you talk to them, what you tell them. And I think from this having personal growth upside down, you finally realized this is what's taught you, this lesson here. Whatever you lost in the past, that lesson has taught you to close off. Is it easier? I'll do it myself. So this also talks about how the way you keep away from people, avoid people that lack integrity. I think you have lots of people around you, but you don't want to accept the help. You don't want to talk to them. Might be that they hear different things, or this also could be things that you're wanting different things. You're wanting to manage your give and take, as it were, better. And through this process, you become cynical. This is not going to resonate for all air signs. It really isn't. There's going to be a select few. But I'm glad you found me. Hey. Alright. Let's get some tarot. Let's see where this is headed. Once we've learnt these lessons, once we acknowledge and see them. Wait, not taking that. You know, it takes a lot to persevere and to do things, to always do things by yourself. I can hear with this, especially here. Don't worry about it, I'll do it myself. That's what I can hear. Don't worry about it, I'll do it myself. Because it's easier, right? Alright, added information. And yeah, again, this is the 6. Here is the 6. Ending times, travelling. But you see this chickie here, right? She got back. She's not. It's not 3 people in the boat, which is loyalty and where your loyalties lie. It's her. Swans are loyal. This is her. 3 of her crows have flown off. Right? This can be moving away from somebody that broke your heart. Made you very defensive. moving away from that excess emotion into something more logical. But still, there's baggage. Because the three that are pulling you are the ones that have your focus. Whereas the three that have flown away is where you've lost that focus. Okay? Haven't quite heard them yet. Crows bring messages. The Six of Swords, communication, logic, words. Okay? Has to do with family, happiness. Okay? There is the Seven of Cups, which talks about making a decision. What do you want? Where do you want to be? Where do you want to go? Have I learnt my lesson? Am I happy this way, or am I happier this way? You know? It's only you guys, Aquarius, that can change that. See? The Eight of Swords. Trapped, looking at yourself. Going, what the hell? And it goes 6, 7, 8. So, to me, bottom of the deck, Hangman. To me, this says that, yes, I'm moving forward. Yes, I'm moving forward. Yes, I'm dealing with confusion. Yes, I'm trying to work out what's good for me, trying to settle my options, trying to make that emotionally bound decision. And yet it comes back to me. On the bottom of the deck, look. Individuality. That's what it comes down to. The Eight of Swords is how you view yourself. See? Looking in the mirror. And you've let all the messages tie you up. Change perception. Suspend you. Moving into, so we have double eights, the Eight of Cups, which is walking away, letting go, and walking away. Walking towards something better, healing from this loss. Healing my broken heart, healing the ties. Yeah. Alright, we have the Queen of Swords, so it's your energy, okay? It's air energy. Queen of Swords is very articulate. She's very, very good businesswoman. She's very to the point. She knows what she wants. She goes after it. Okay? This is contemplating what you want. Do I have enough emotion to put into this? Or am I cutting myself thin? So we're not fully arguing with people, but there's kind of heavy discussions, right? The Five of Wands is competition. Conflicting thoughts. Not full fighting, but conflicting thoughts. Conflictions between people. Ten of Swords. And the Five of Pentacles. So the Ten of Swords and the Five of Pentacles is letting go of being shut out. Which is over here. Letting go of what was lost. The 12th house is Pisces energy, so it's your loss, it's your sadness, it's your regret. And there are following your intuition. Following your intuition. Create something new. Pick an option. Moving into picking an option. What baggage do I let go of? So I'm not like this. I want to move into something which is physically persevering. Wanting to move away from that. I want to heal. The Four of Swords is healing. The conflict. And the Ten of Swords and the Five of Pentacles is starting to let go of the hurt. Maybe articulating it. Maybe having both your head and your heart on the same page. About something that happened in the past. Rekindle it. You look at it, you know? How can I make it easier? How could I have made that easier? Do you think that there is another option? Do you know? From what I'm seeing from this reading, not all is lost. There is still a lot of grief that may be new, or maybe you've had a new way of looking at that grief, or how to deal with that grief or that loss. And the card that's come out is Cleanse. So Spirit Guides want you to know your body, your mind and your soul are urging you to take that time out for much needed cleansing. Just as you wash your car, you clean your house, you tidy your office, your body also needs that attention. And it comes back to moving forward in a healthy manner. See? Health. Moving forward in a healthy manner. It's time for you for some spiritual, emotional and physical cleansing. Have a shower. Maybe wash yourself down in salt. Cleansing means let go of fear. Let go of the loss, the ego, the pain. Instead of talking about it, physically do it. Yes, I've lost a lot. What have I learned? Have I learned anything from the past? Because air signs, if you don't learn from the past, then it's going to reoccur. And there is something that you've been thinking about for quite some time that's reoccurring, that you thought you dealt with, and now it's coming back. Till next time.